Hey, this is Dr. Ing. So I was doing a post on peacock feathers before and how that's related to our mating habits and what happens in other species. So for example, the reason why peacock feathers are so extravagant has to do with the way all species interpret their senses. For example, in mice, they've shown that if you do a loud blare in their cage, that they will get used to a regular blare, like if it constantly occurs at a certain time, and it won't increase their stress response. But if you give a blare that's irregular, they can't get used to it, and it creates this massive stress response that ultimately can affect any species health and survivability and everything. And how that's related to peacocks is that peacocks are presented, like female peacocks are presented the same male species with the same presentation of their tail feathers. They may not choose or have a reason to choose a particular mate. However, if it becomes longer or it's more extravagant, then the females tends to want to choose that. So over the millions of years, the peacock's feather has become so massive, so extravagant, and that has to do with how our senses are, and that obviously doesn't occur in all species, but there's different examples in the animal kingdom. For example, they've done studies on seagulls, and they've tested the tendency and the desire for a female to nest or mature an egg that's sitting there. So they've done different size white balls that don't even look like a normal egg, and they've shown that the larger the egg is, no matter how ridiculous it is, they will have a heightened response to raise that egg or to mature that egg by sitting on it. And that has to do with, like, for example, salmon fishing. I noticed that, I used to go steelhead or salmon fishing, and I used to use these large eggs that have no resemblance to a normal egg, but yet these steelhead have a massive attraction